These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction.
And that gets things running. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Ademola Lookman is a player familiar to followers of English football, Peter. And he's had a very interesting and varied career already, despite his relatively young age. I think he's really found his groove, playing as a number 10 or as a wide forward sometimes, where he's explosive, direct, and all that dynamic running really comes to the fore.
Okay, interesting. That's tidy. That has been knocked clear. Now it's Mahrez. That is lovely. Mahrez played out towards the right wing. Benacer.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Bassi. Ndidi. Osimhen is onto it in a flash. Now it's Osimhen. Benacer. Mondi. Trostekong. Iwobi. Ndidi aim forwards. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Chukwueze gets into some space. And here's him. And a chance! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. Mandy with the clearance. Spread out to the left. Played in by Lookman. Mandy can get it clear. Moved on forwards. Great ball if he can get there. Receives it in a good position here. He's found a way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Guiri. Mahrez. Guiri. Mahrez. And here's Guiri. Proves too strong. And he has been fouled there. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Defending of the desperate variety. Well, that's well seen too. Iwobi. That's really well manoeuvred. Iwobi. Lookman. Gets a good foot in there. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Nori. Oh, can he get onto this? That pass has been well intercepted. Aina. Chukwueze. Iwobi. Iwobi! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Iwobi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And it's Iwobi. And here's Chukwueze. Iwobi. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Guiri. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Udidi. There will be a throw-in. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Ndidi. Oh, such a clever touch. Iwobi. Great chance! And he comes up trumps again.
Iwobi really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
Mondi. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Aina. Chukwueze. What a throw in. Benrahma. It's been a pretty frantic start. A lot of front foot pressing. Guiri. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. Chukwueze. Aina. Ball swung in. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Back into the middle, and the counter-attack is on here for Nigeria. It's anyone's ball now. Chukwueze. Iwobi, real chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Iwobi is offering a right smile there.
It's a mighty effort! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Ball's being played in here nice and early.
Yeah, that'll be a test for that defence, but I'd like my players to keep mixing it up if I was in that position, you know, and not become predictable. They've got to avoid that.
Mahrez. Guiri. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And here's Osimhen. Osimhen played with finesse. And they've got rid. Nigeria have got it back, and they'll have another go. Out to the right. Dealt with nicely by the defence. It is a corner. Point blank header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Benacer. Mondi. Boudaoui. Bassi can get it clear. And he thumps it clear. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Fire. Oh, smashing header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, he certainly got to the ball well enough, but the rest didn't quite come off for him.
Aina. Nigeria going about it patiently, perhaps too patiently. Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Cross goes in there. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Now here's the delivery, and the keeper beats it away. Iwobi, oh, good spread. That'll be a throw. Boudaoui. Mondi. Benrahma. Benrahma looking for options, and it's played forward, and he cuts out the supply. Bassi. Ndidi. Iwobi. Bassi. Boudaoui, aim forwards.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Mondi. Nouri. Mandi Forwards and with intent. That has been knocked clear. That's really well manoeuvred. And that's put paid to a promising move. Benrahma. And here's Guiri. He's going to be disappointed with that. Guiri! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And it's hoisted clear. Iwobi gently done. Moved on forwards. Lookman. Lookman in acres of space out wide. He is just caressing the ball. Lookman stood his ground strongly. Now it's Guiri. That looks a cracking ball. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Aim forwards. And it's Iwobi. Shot a goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Iwobi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And it's played forward. Benrahma. Nouri. Benrahma. Chukwueze. Aina. Trostekong. Ndidi. Iwobi is onto it in a flash. Decent progress down the left. The ball goes in. Benacer. That's really well manoeuvred. That has been cut short. Bassi shifted upfield. Benacer. Benrahma. Ball's played through. Hit into the middle. Cleared away. We get a throw in. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Osimhen. He is through here. Too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. And they can counter here. Succumbs to the pressure. He's through here. Osimhen turns and goes back. And it's Mahrez. Benacer. And it's played forward. Nouri. Here comes the cross. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Ndidi forwards and with intent. Aina. Osimhen. It's been slipped through. Iwobi! Oh, they could be caught out here. Osimhen. Lovely feet. A lot of space. Shot, surely! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Cuts out the pass. That's really well manoeuvred. Aim forwards. Lookman. Lovely bit of skill. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Mahrez. Chukwueze. And here's Osimhen. Played out to the right. Oh, it's played into the end. There's the shot! Well, it was a decent attempt in the end.
Algeria, well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Nice defending, it's got the job done. It will be. Mondi. 15 minutes till half-time. Now, what's he got in mind? Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. So, what can they make of this? Lookman looking to get on the end of this. Well read, and the danger is averted. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Nigeria clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
That has found him in acres of space. Ndidi. Driven forward. Lookman. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Boudaoui. Moved on forwards. Guiri. Mahrez. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Boudaoui, and it's played forward. Mondi. Benrahma. Oh, nicely intercepted. Osimhen. Well timed, excellent interception. Charging forward, the ball at his feet. Mahrez. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Trostekong. Bassi forwards and with intent. Boudaoui. Shoots!
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Nouri. And here's Guiri. Over to the left. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He's shifting through the gears here. Iwobi. Benrahma. Nouri. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Benrahma. Played out wide. Could try cutting inside here. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Mahrez goes short. And it's Benacer. Benrahma. And here's Mahrez. Mahrez. Decent chance!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Chukwueze. And here's Osimhen. Clears it away. Ndidi. And here's Osimhen. Can he finish? That's a half-decent try.
Osimhen just denied by a lick of paint. We're talking centimetres.
Algeria keep the ball, but can't do anything meaningful with it. Mandy aimed forwards and claimed it back swiftly. Mahrez. And it's Mahrez. Can he finish? And he has kicked it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Chukwueze. Now it's Iwobi. Iwobi, oh, good spread. It's a good run down the right. The ball is loose and the chase is on. That defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. That's really well manoeuvred. Out towards the flank. Well read, nice interception. Showing good feet. Lookman. Oh, that's nice. Aimed in towards the centre. Mandy can get it clear. Mahrez. Benacer. Nouri. Now, where's he looking? Now it's Benrahma. Benrahma! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Benrahma clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Tries a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Referee's given a throw. Benrahma, and that's aimed into the middle.
I think those reactions say it all. He didn't wait for the support, and the chance has gone a-begging.
Ndidi. Ndidi shifted upfield. Out to the left it goes. That's very neat. A chance to play it in. Big chance! Well, the ball's come loose here. Could be danger here. Now then, the ball's come loose. Does really well to win the ball there. Lookman. Ndidi. Lookman. Goes for a shot! Same again, same outcome.
Nigeria really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Benacer. There is the half-time whistle. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Reflections on the first half?
Algeria have played reasonably well, but perhaps they're overdoing things down the left flank. They've concentrated an awful lot in that area.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now.
Nigeria clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing. Nigeria have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Benacer. Up towards the front line. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Aina. Bassi. Lookman. Wins the duel this time. Nouri. Mondi. Aim forwards. Lookman. And here's Iwobi. Here's a chance!
Iwobi really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Benacer. That's really well manoeuvred. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Bassi. Moved on forwards. It's just beyond his reach. Mondi. Benacer. And it's Mahrez. Out to the right. That's going to go a long way. And that's been won straight back. And back to the keeper they go. Mahrez, now he's off and running. Lookman. Lookman! Oh, shooting chance! Benacer. Mondi. Boudaoui. And it's played forward. Chukwueze. And here's Osimhen. Chukwueze. Oh, sweet feet. Chukwueze. Nice control. Now it's Iwobi. Iwobi! It's in! The second half off to a spectacular start. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. So the first goal of the game.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Boudaoui. That's really well manoeuvred. Calmly anticipates. Iwobi. Ndidi. Nigeria have reclaimed it. Aina. Chukwueze. Aina. Chukwueze. And that has been clubbed away. And it's Ndidi. Osimhen. That's good play. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously, he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. He's gone for the shot. And the ball's come loose here. Played into the middle. And the keeper has it. Benacer. Boudaoui. Moved on forwards. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's played forward. Bassi. Trostekong. Oh, there's a probing ball. Benacer. And here's Guiri. Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Ndidi. Bassi. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. That is a great pick out. Osimhen. Now here's the delivery.
Well, he had to bide his time a bit there, Peter. Needed more targets to aim at in the box.
Iwobi, and the shot! Benacer, forwards and with intent. Guiri. Bassi gets across to intercept that. And here's Osimhen. Thinks about the shot. Iwobi. Ndidi. Ndidi played out towards the right wing. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Now it's Ndidi. Chukwueze. Takes a shot. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
They've played it short. Very nicely done. Danger averted for now. Chukwueze. He's in a good position. Osimhen! And it's been taken short. And he's there to get it away. Out to the right. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Chukwueze. Ndidi. Aim forwards. Mandy shifted upfield. The pass has gone astray. Comes out and deals with it. Mondi. Budawi. Benrahma. Mahrez goes short.
Algeria really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He can get that clear. Have it back and can go again. Lookman. He's making a real surge on the left. Tries to cross. He's having a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Benrahma. And here's Mahrez. Mahrez played out to the left flank. Throw in. Oh, nice touch. And the cross comes in. And he's there to clear it. Benrahma. Reeled, and he shoots! Now it's Guiri. And for a moment, time stood still. That has been knocked clear. Guiri, cracking ball. Chance for a shot! Aina, that's really well manoeuvred. And now the breakaway. He's got away. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Osimhen was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And it's Mahrez. Oh, that's neat. Benacer. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Oh, what a pass!
Lookman. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Chukwueze. No foul, says the referee. Now it's Guiri. Out to the left it goes. Guiri. Strong running down that left flank. Drives it in. And the shot! He scores! Mahrez, he'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game. Lookman.
That's a good run down the left. Lookman goes pulsing down that left-hand side. Played in by Lookman. Up he goes! Cleared without complication. And reclaimed it in a trice. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Aim forwards. Mahrez. Boudaoui. Benrahma. Moved on forwards.
Lookman.
Ndidi. Chukwueze. And here's Osimhen. And that's surely a foul, free kick.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Going for goal! Mandy, gently done. Now it's Guiri. Now it's Benacer. Chukwueze. And Nigeria can counter now. Iwobi spread out to the left. Iwobi. Clears it away. He's going to have to tune his rangefinder before the next one. Benrahma. And it's Mahrez. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. And it's played forward. Chukwueze. Aina. Muscular approach does pay off here. Do have a chance to counter here. Nouri. Guiri. Chukwueze. Aina. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Nigeria have a free kick. And it's Iwobi. Iwobi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Lookman. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Lookman is fouled. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Mandy attempts a clearance. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Lookman flashes it across. And that was very necessary. Ndidi. A heavy challenge. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And it's Mahrez. Great defending, strong and determined. Chance here to counter. Osimhen. And he's managed to get free. And it's Mahrez. And he welcomes it in. That is a brilliant interception. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And here's Guiri. Benrahma. Over to the left. Lovely bit of skill. Aimed in towards the centre. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And the counter is on. Chukwueze. Probing pass. Now it's Iwobi. Now that's a fine challenge. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Ndidi. Aina. And here's Chukwueze. And here's Osimhen. Iwobi. Oh, good spread. Shapes to shoot! A real chance and a real let-off. Budawi, Mondi, Mandy, forwards and with intent. Trostekong, Bassi. Ndidi, moved on forwards. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Benrahma. Knocks it out wide.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Aina. Lookman. Aim forwards. Now it's Mahrez. Benrahma. And here's Guiri. Takes a shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted. Nigeria really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Benrahma. Ndidi does really well to win the ball there. Bassi. Lookman. Trostekong. Ndidi. Ndidi shifted upfield. Iwobi. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Nigeria clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Iwobi looking understandably energised after his goal. Played out to the right. That's an excellent interception. And he's heaved it away.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Benrahma. That is very well defended.
Algeria really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
It's Ndidi. Out to the right. Now it's Ndidi. Chance to shoot! Nigeria have reclaimed it. Boudaoui. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
That's pretty clear, it is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Benacer. He has a look. Guiri! Oh no, that could be a costly miss. Mandy is there and he can get that clear. Oh, sweet feet.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Boudaoui.
Going nowhere fast is about the only way I can describe this. They've just got to be busier.
And here's Mahrez. Oh, such a clever touch. Now it's Guiri. He's got space in the area. That's a fabulous ball. Boudaoui. So time is nearly up. One final twist, perhaps. Cuts out the pass. Mondi. That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Mahrez. That is lovely. Boudaoui.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
They are right into last chance territory. Ndidi. Iwobi.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That's really well manoeuvred. Guiri! Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Well, that's called taking one for your team, because a one-on-one situation was about to develop.
Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card.
That might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Trostekong. Ndidi. Bassi. Aim forwards.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Guerri! Oh, they could be in for the pieces! Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof! He was really quick to react to the initial save, and he has his reward.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
Algeria complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
Bassi. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Algeria, moments now away from seeing this one out. Lookman. Mahrez. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Forward it goes. Mahrez chasing after it. Oh, nicely intercepted. Aina. Moved on forwards. Chukwueze. Aina. Ndidi. And it's played forward. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. So there's going to be another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Keeper's got good distance on that. Nigeria to make one last surge forward. Lookman. They need to get it in quick. Oh, good ball! He's had a shot! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Nigeria can make their change now with a break in play. Boudaoui. Atal. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Algeria have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback.